What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Come in, smash the like button. We back. Let's look at it. Shout out to Ken Johnson. Y'all know the drill. We got a new channel member, Ken Johnson. Y'all need to get the clap emojis up. Shout out to Adrian, because he did it. The rest of y'all, I don't know. A new channel member, that's Ego's Army Green. That means we continue to grow and set the standards on the boxing scene. So can we get the clap emojis for Ken Johnson? Welcome. Speaking of Adrian clapping, Adrian was the first person in this chat. Much love to Adrian. Salute, King. Salute to you back. Kenichi Bear. If you guys are looking for some dope headphones, use the link in the description to get the Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. The kid is at work. He out here hustling, living his best life, balancing it all. We some real life entrepreneurs over here. You see what I'm saying? This ain't a game. This is what we do every day. The hustle sold separately. Shout out to the boy Kamal Oz. The money goes into my piggy. Shout out to the boy Kamal Oz. He back up in the mix with it. Shout out to Cassandra. I'm Big Money Ego. Kamal says, real talk, Crawford's career resembles that of Triple G. You know what I think is a even closer comparison for Crawford? Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. I think Andrade and Crawford got similar careers. Tons of talent, but, couldn't get the fights that they needed to this point. So I think Andrade has a career similar. You know what I'm saying? They both can fight southpaw. And, they just really haven't received the red carpet treatment, whatever you want to call it. The warm embrace. Mr. P, what's up? We'll get started. Y'all got to get the likes up, though. He said, true, both made bad business decisions multiple times. Bro, Kamal is savage. He's ruthless. Y'all better get on Kamal's good side. He said they both made, hey, I can't even knock it, whatever. I can't even be mad at what Kamal's saying. Man, y'all will see, hold on, y'all. Listen. 2022, there's no excuse. Branding is everything. You hear me? I tell you, I don't put my name on things that I don't want my name on. Bro, my daddy gave me my name. You see what I'm saying? This is my surname. This is a family. This is my family's name. My real, you know what I'm saying? So it's me in this world, I care what my name is on. See, the difference between me and a lot of people, I don't really care about money like that. You know what I'm saying? I use money as a tool to get to the next endeavor. If it allows me, let's be real. I look at money, it's a resource, it's a tool, that's it. It's a piece of paper. But if it allows me to do what I was put on this earth to do, then, you got to make it. That's it. Some people will sell their soul for money. You know what I mean? They'll do anything for money. That's not me. I'm not going to betray my family. I'm not going to betray friends or inner circle and do them shady over money. You can't, there's nobody that I love that will tell you, oh, Ego, he did me greasy for $20 or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just, y'all gotta have morals and standards. And we're losing that in this world, in this current society. People will be on TikTok, island boys and all that. I'm an island boy. They said they got lice and all this stuff. What? A million tattoos? What does that mean, bro? People willing to, do the minstrel show and buffoonery to make money. Like, that's it. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what you want to be remembered for. Like, I don't know. That's why I never came with no gimmicks or nothing. This ain't a gimmick. It's an image. I live it. Give a damn. I don't know what a damn is to give it. I freaking. Y'all don't know what song that's from. Y'all don't know your music. Y'all don't know hip hop. It's okay. Yeah, man. So branding is important. And you see it. Like Jake Paul, I like what he's doing, to be honest. At first I was like, what is this? But Jake Paul, he's not doing bad. He's branding himself. I can't really knock that. I come from YouTube. You see what I'm saying? So I come from the same cloth of YouTube grind and, put people onto the platform to watch boxing. So I'm not even mad at people like Jake Paul. He doing his thizzle. If anything, Tommy Fury looked bad, to be honest. Tommy Fury's supposed to be the real boxer and bare knuckles and all this. And he keep finding ways to postpone and duck and dodge, and I'm sick, and you know what I mean? Jake Paul, he not doing nothing wrong. I respect it. He training. He putting his miles in. He's selling the show. I ain't mad at that. See, we boxing needs some work to get to number one again. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody knew who Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali was. It's going to take some work because there's so many things that boxing internally does to hurt itself, shoot itself in the foot. Like, people be mad at Jake Paul, but you don't be mad at Mauricio Suleiman and the WBC for all the little, quacks they do. You know what I mean? Crazy. But as far as Crawford, I agree with Kamal Oz. Like, you got to brand yourself. Listen, I'm going to get started. Let's do the Boxing Ego roll call. City, state, zip. Let me know where you guys are from, and then we get started. What say you? Listen, we'll get started right after that. How's that sound? Let me know where y'all from, because I ain't finna talk to no people. I don't know where y'all from. I don't like to get down like that. I need to know where y'all from. I know Mr. Two Piece Texas. He from Texas. I get it, because he got Texas in the name. But I don't know where some of y'all from. So let me know. Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, let's get it. Midwest in here. Gary, Indiana, 219. Gang, what's up? I heard Indiana got some rough spots. I heard they got some rough spots. Fontana, California. St. Louis, but living in ATL. Let's get it. Louisiana, 337. Shout out to the boot. Dallas. This Dallas, EJ City. Brooklyn, New York. Let's get it. Straight out of Brooklyn. Cincinnati, Ohio. Midwest is repping. Hey, Midwest, they repping. Windsor, Ontario, 519-510 Bay Area. Y'all know that. Raleigh, North Carolina. New Orleans, Oklahoma City, 405. Man, let's get it. I love to see it. I love how spread out we are. Shreveport, Louisiana, the boot. Man, Louisiana be messy. Etouffee, baby. Bro, New Orleans and Louisiana be messing with the kid. Y'all be like, etouffee, baby. I try to tell the little baby boxing ego here. y'all be in Uptown, you heard me. Y'all be messing with the channel. Las Vegas, Nevada. I ain't never been out there, but y'all be messing with me. Pause. Fort Minor. Kansas City, Missouri. Let's get it. Man, y'all be like, etouffee. I try to tell that little boy boxing ego who gonna win the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. You heard me. Bro, y'all be messing with me out there. I ain't gonna front. Listen, I'll be having love in the NO. Listen, all I hear is yes. I don't hear NO. I got love from Louisiana down to the NO, Uptown, you heard me. Shout out to Cleveland this evening, Ohio, baby, 216 in Los Angeles. Listen, I ain't gonna say it no more. Quit playing with the like button, you heard me. Bro, y'all better stop playing with my likes. Hey, Water. Hey, listen, Water, you better listen, y'all better stop playing with me for real. Y'all know I'm the greatest. Y'all know I'm the greatest that's ever lived. I said quit playing with my likes, Water. Beatrice, y'all better stop tangling twisted with them likes. You heard me? Get my likes up, you heard? You see what I'm saying? Oh, man, we got a Cash App. I said we got $5 in the piggy bank. You heard me? We got that we got the 5 times $1. That $5 uptown. Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to Z Johnson from Columbus, Ohio. Asante came in shooting. Bro, he didn't even care who was in the room. He just came in dumping. He said, I'm sick of Mike Tyson. We gonna get to it. Bro. Man, I got to be the greatest. Man, étouffé, baby. I got to be the greatest, you heard me? All right, let's get into it. Hold up. Let me get it queued up. Man, I said suit up or boot up. We got to get to it.
What do you think about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford?
Oh my God, defining fight for both of them.
They're both great fighters.
Yes, for both of them. And I'm a fan of each of them. I've been a fan of Terrence Crawford longer, but Errol Spence Jr.'s last fight against Ugas.
That was terrible.
What?
He looked good in that fight.
He sure did. And oh my God, what about Derek James, the trainer?
What happened to him?
He helped him win that fight.
What'd he do?
He snapped him out of it.
He did get dropped too, right? The guy dropped him. I didn't see all that. I saw highlights.
He dropped him because...
I'm done, bro. And still, didn't I just say that? And still, that was Mike Tyson on his podcast, and he said Errol Spence got dropped by Ugas. That didn't happen, bro. I know it's hot boxing with Mike Tyson, but I didn't know you like to get wet, though. Sherm, dust, PCP, mushrooms. That's what you had. Bro, Errol did not get dropped in that fight. See, that's... Bro, and then, listen, I'm about to dig in y'all ass like a wedgie. Listen, it's about to get real heavy. I said it's like precious. It's about to get real heavy. Everything I spit is precious. It's about to get real heavy. I'm about to dig in your ass like a wedgie. Bro, Ego Stradamus strikes again. So, when Mike Tyson came out with his fight prediction for Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Nah, I ain't pausing nothing. I'll pause you before I pause that. So anyway, bro, don't get me started, because bro, we finna just get into... Listen, block Damien. I gotta make an example of you. Bro, you just came in with the goofy day me in. Now you day me out. Cause you out. Listen. Don't be like, oh, Ego blocked me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you scream and shout. His name is Damien. Now you day me out. Bro, get him out. Get him out. Yeah. Bro, Damien. Listen. I'm the best. Y'all gonna shut up and listen to me on my channel, god dang it. Bro, listen. I know they mad. They gonna scream and shout. They gonna kick their feet and pout. His name is Damien, but now you day me out. Get him out of here. Get to stepping. He gotta go. Yeah, day me out. You out of here, man. Don't y'all ever cut me off. Class is in session. I'm the teacher. You the student. Sit down. Get your school books out. Bro, stop playing with me. When they hate, donate. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Ego, you ain't funny, bro. That's what's up. Block him. You out of here too. Oh, they want to hate so bad. You a bum. Bro, tell me where you work so I can come and knock off the shelf, bro. Listen, y'all want y'all better stop. Listen, hey, Asante, y'all better stop. Listen, y'all want to, with me at my place of business, let me know where y'all work. I'm going to knock everything. I'm going to knock the Pringles off the shelf. You work at Walmart, I'm knocking off the shelf. I promise you. Y'all get it my way when I work, I'm gonna mess your job up. You're going to be working overtime and double time and all types of time when I get through with you. Bro, I will knock stuff. You work at Payless, I'm knocking them loafers on the ground. I promise you. Don't do that. Bro, I promise you I'm knocking them fake Yeezys off the ground. Let me know where y'all work. Y'all want to keep interrupting me? When I'm at my job, I'm knocking the Yeezys, the fake Cheesies off the ground. Bro, I promise you, I'm going to rack everything. You work at 7-Eleven, newspapers everywhere. Stop playing with me. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all going to learn to respect the king. Anyway, Cassandra, I'm sorry you had to witness that. I'm sorry. So, Ego Stradamus strikes again. I'm clearly the greatest that's ever lived. When Mike Tyson gave his Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford prediction, I said the opinion sounded rather casual, as if he really hadn't been studying both fighters' fights. Now Mike Tyson just said that Errol Spence was knocked down in his Ugas fight, which is not true, bro. That's not what happened. So I told you, like, and it's funny because sometimes you get boxers and they're like, oh, you don't box. You guys are YouTubers, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? I respect the sport. I watch it. You know, I analyze it, assess it, and I don't say stuff that's not true. So there's that. So, okay, Mike Tyson boxed. Mike Tyson, you know, he's a GOAT. But he also just told you something that okay, so listen. Mike Tyson just said that was a great fight. And then he said Errol Spence got knocked down, which didn't happen in the Ugas fight. Then he told you he didn't watch it. He only watched the highlights. So this is more proof to what I said. There are people weighing in on Crawford Spence, and I don't think they're as well versed as you would believe because they're boxers or trainers. And I'm telling you, this happens more often than you think, where you see people and they're like respected individual Hall of Famers or whatever. And there'll be people on YouTube or wherever, Instagram, Twitter, that might mess around and know more than them because they're more in the loop of what's going on in today's boxing. I promise you, there's a lot of these fighters that their life is boxing, or a vast majority, they made their coin in boxing. So they don't really tap in. They tap in kind of for Mayweather, Pacquiao, and stuff like that. And I could tell too by what's being said. You see what I'm saying? Because it reminds me, when I was covering the fights live, listen, y'all got to get my likes up. I don't care about nothing else. Y'all got to get the likes up. When I was covering the fights live, I seen this a lot because people would be like, oh, what are you in town? What are you in Vegas for? And then I would tell them, I say, you know, I'm a reporter, YouTuber, whatever. I cover boxing. That's what I tell them, right? And then it would be the most casual conversations in that Uber or in that Lyft or whatever. You know, they'd be like, oh, I missed the days of Mike Tyson. Oh, Mayweather, McGregor, Mayweather, Pacquiao. It's just like, to me, when you start saying certain things, I know you're not really a boxing head. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no level of like true effort in, like, there's no depth to what you're saying. It's just the most surface area things. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm sure there's nuanced things in golf. I don't really follow golf like that, you know? So that's just like me. Oh, Tiger Woods. That's just too generic. You see what I'm saying? It's too cliche. Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer, Happy Gilmore, Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like, people try to flex they knowledge and then they say the most cliche. So in the end, it shows that, you know, you're not really keen on what's going on. Kamal Oz said, I'm going to Mickey D's, ordering a lot and canceling. They work at Mickey D's, Kamal? That's how you feel? Ooh, this tea's still hot. Hold on. So, I mean, to me, like, I stand by everything I said on the channel. There's people like weighing in and breaking down Spence Crawford, and it makes me imagine or wonder how much they are like how much they're tapped in with Errol Spence. Like, it seems, to be honest, everything. Listen, my question is this: if I am not great at what I do, how does what I say keep coming true? Riddle me that. If I am not great at what I do, how does what I say keep coming true? Riddle me that. When I tell you, I'm like, Mike just said a triangle theory. I'm like, that doesn't really make sense to, and I told you, I'm not mad if you pick Crawford. But when you pick him, and then you explain why he's gonna win, and then nothing you say really seems synonymous with how Crawford has been fighting, that's where it's like, that's where I kind of check out with it. Because I'm willing to hear someone out and hear your argument. But then, like I said, a lot of it was seeming like Errol Spence hate. And here's the thing. So Mike Tyson, for example, and he's just one of many people that I've kind of seen this, is like, put it this way. You have a podcast, you could be reaching whatever his impressions and his reaches, so millions of people or whatever. And you're telling people that Errol Spence got knocked down, and that's not what happened. So, you know what I'm saying? You're like, that's kind of misinformation. Because if that's the same thing, if that's the case, Terrence Crawford was actually knocked down versus Mean Machine. So if we're just hear me out. If we're gonna take the time to say Errol Spence, the ropes held him up and all that, when Ugas took the free swings and he kind of stumbled backwards or whatever, the mouthpiece fiasco. If let's say you're like, okay, no, despite the referee missing that, then I'm counting that as a knockdown. Then in that same vein, you would have to talk about Terrence Crawford, Mean Machine, but even more so because Terrence Crawford's leg looked like it gave out. You see what I'm saying? It looked like Terrence Crawford's leg buckled and his leg like dipped down on the ground, and the referee said it was a slip and it was really a knockdown. In that same vein, we would have to say Ugas was robbed because it was a close fight, but I thought Ugas won, plus he was robbed of a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, Ugas knocking down Sean Porter and Mean Machine knocking down Crawford were far more apparent things than like, oh, the ropes kept him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, two people are touching canvas and for whatever reason, the ref didn't catch it. Errol being held up by the ropes. Why is that the only thing being highlighted? So again, it begs the question is, how tapped in are you with these fights if we all watch the same thing and you're saying stuff like that, right? And again, Mike was one of the people who proclaimed that Crawford would win. But like that's what I'm saying. It's like almost like Mike Tyson is worried about his businesses and he only has like a bird's eye view of what's going on in boxing. I don't even know if he watches boxing like that. Like outside of knowing this is Canelo, this is David Benavidez. Like to me, it's like a lot of the talking points, it's like almost cue cards or somebody fed it to you, as opposed to like, I've been in conversation with people and I'm like, okay, this person really knows boxing because they're saying specific things. And that specificity is key, right? When I get on my channel, the greatest to ever do it, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Ego to Hitman Heart. When I get on my channel, I use specifics. There's a certain level of specificity that I use when I'm speaking boxing. I don't just say like, oh, Crawford knocked out this guy, so this mean that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you've never heard me break down anything like that. Or say, oh, like even when Mike Tyson was talking to Rosie Perez, if you listen, he said, oh, he got knocked down, right? By the other guy. The fact that you're saying the other guy as opposed to Cuba's Yordenis Ugas makes me believe that you're not really tapped into the players. Because when I talk boxing, again, there's a certain level of specificity. When I talk boxing, I say, oh, when Errol fought Yordenis Ugas. I don't say when Errol fought that guy, that bald-headed guy. I don't talk like that because I know what I'm talking about and I'm tapped in and I'm watching and woo. So for me, it's highly questionable when people are talking boxing and everything seems like casual and cliche rather than, using specific talking points or bullet points. That's why I can tell that I influenced the game so crazy, because I see my talking points after I say them in videos floating around. Because like it or not, there's a lot of people in this world and all they do is copy. Like it or not, they're impressionable. You see what I'm saying? They're impressionable. So they wait for someone else to say it and then decide if it makes sense. And then they're like, oh yeah, it makes good. And then sometimes they'll give credit and attribution, but then other times they just, run with it like this is their talking point. And that's how you could tell kind of who knows boxing and who doesn't, because you look at, like I said, my channel, I can speak for me. I don't even watch boxing channels on YouTube unless it's like specific, like, oh, Canelo did an interview and people keep sending me and tell me how to watch it or something. You know what I mean? But I don't watch just video. I got so much going on and that I'm working on. You guys will find out at the end of the year, some of it. But I don't even watch videos. So I'm never influenced by really what other people say. Someone be like, oh, so-and-so dissed you. I wouldn't know about it because I don't watch boxing. Like, I watch boxing, but I don't watch boxing channels. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know people dissing me, praising me. I don't know none of that. But I feel like if you're well versed in it, like let's say you're a neuroscientist, so you study the brain or whatever. When you hear like, I forgot the dude's name off the top of my head, but there's this one that's real dope, and he does a lot of podcasts and speaking engagements, and you could tell he knows what he's talking about. Like when he's talking about the brain, he's not just talking about the brain at a bird's eye view. Does this make sense? So far, are you guys like understanding what I'm saying? Yay, nay, what's good? This really the only boxing channel I watch. I may look at a few minutes of other channels, but can't stay to watch the whole video because a lot of people in boxing ain't really talking about nothing. To be honest, it's like emotional garbage. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like I said, there's a guy. He's a neuroscientist or whatever, and he studies the brain. So when he's doing his speaking engagements, he's talking about the reticular formation and reticular activating system, which is a real thing. It's called RAS. And even if you didn't know about that RAS, he's telling you, you can find out that this is actually true. So he's telling you about neurons in the brain and reticular information and how the brain processes. So you could tell he's not just making this stuff up, because even if you thought he was making it up, you can research it and then find out he's not making it up. You see what I'm saying? But that's not what we're really getting with a lot of boxing commentary. You know what I'm saying? I think, and that's the thing, boxing commentary is getting real weak. It's like just a talking head. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to A1 Diggs. I like that. He said they provide more intricate details. That's what I'm saying. Like you could tell it's like a real chef. If you got Gordon Ramsay or something, he's talking about souffles and, how to cut in this and, just real like chef culinary terms. Shout out to Corey Jackson. Let's get it. He's not going to just say, oh, throw this in the pan. Hey, block the dude blowing a kiss. What is that? Oh my gosh. These are the level of bums that are out. Bro, I promise these bums ain't gonna make no money. Anyway, block him. Let's get it. So I'm not seeing that in a lot of boxing conversation. You know what I'm saying? People are just saying basic stuff like bird's eye view stuff. It's not really like really breaking down Crawford and then when it takes a muff like me and I'm literally breaking down the fight objectively, people get mad and say, oh, Ego, you hate Crawford. I'm hating Crawford because I'm asking questions. You're a dumb son of a bitch, bro. This is what's wrong with boxing, bro. These are the things we must correct. There's nothing wrong with having an objective conversation as adults, regarding the sport of boxing. Like, it's not even, I don't even really care. Errol wins, Crawford wins. I don't care about that. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Give our insight. Let's grow the sport. People aren't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Outside of myself, there's not that many people doing it. People are just like, you know, there's propaganda. ESPN got this, ESPYs look horrible. Bro, they ain't got one PBC fighter on the best boxer list. Man, get ESPN out of here with that, bro. Bro, I mean, no disrespect, but they got, so let me get this straight. Michaela Mayer, they put her on the pound for pound, on the best boxer ESPY awards nominees, but no Errol Spence. All right. No Gervonta Davis. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's propaganda. And that's what you're getting. That's what you're getting. So, like I told you, I stayed 10 toes down. Hey, block this dude, this fake Gervonta. I'll wait. I'll wait for y'all to block him. Shout out to Angelo Haynes. He says, we got a hater here at work, so I had to donate. Who, he hating on me or you? Either way, uff him. Hey, Prophet from B More, he wasn't with the tank slander. Yeah, get rid of him. Good. Bro, that's what I keep saying. They're 10 toes down. Like, there's not people, like, I don't really see educated conversations being had about Errol Spence and Crawford outside of myself. Like, it's like, oh, I disagree with you. And you didn't even hear what I had to say, how you disagree. You ever had that happen? When somebody say they disagree, they didn't even let you finish and they disagree. How you disagree? You don't even know what I'm about to say. And then, like I said, I say something about, I'm still asking the same question. I'm still doing it. I don't care what nobody talking about. I got questions. I got questions for Errol. I got questions for Crawford. You can love it, hate it, or anything in between. I don't give a uck. I really don't care. The big questions, like some of them that I have for Crawford is, I don't think his chin is better than Errol Spence at all. I don't think that. So if you're in there with somebody who has like big time power, how does that look? You know what I'm saying? Obviously the goal's not to get hit by foolishness, but it's boxing, it's a fight. So, you know, you will get hit. Another question that I have is, I do believe Crawford is better as a southpaw, which would mean Errol's a natural southpaw and a naturally bigger southpaw and a natural welterweight. That is very interesting to me because at an elite level, southpaw versus southpaw is different than a southpaw fighting an orthodox fighter. So I really am curious to see how that looks. You know, some people say, oh, Terrence will come out, you know, hey, block this dude. Man, come on, bro. Get the clown stuff out. I'm not even really with that right now. Just block anybody that looks suspect. So at the end of the day, I'm curious how that looks. Some people say, oh, Terrence Crawford, he'll just be orthodox. But I think he gets hit more possibly as an orthodox. So again, these are questions that are very interesting to me. And we'll find out, you know, when the fight happens. We'll find out how it looks and all that. But you like boxing commentaries, like I said, is getting real watered down and real corny, to be honest, because it's like, it's too much tribalism. Like you literally will break down the fight and then you love somebody, you hate somebody, get name calling. You know what I'm saying? First of all, it's not that serious. It's a fight prediction. And majority of the time, it's not even people affiliated with the actual situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just random fans and stuff like that. To me, all that's corny. All that's corny. Because none of that's really about the conversation. And you're not really saying much. Hold on, let me get to Kamal Oz. Kamal Oz, appreciate you. Never seen the more proven boxer be underestimated and disrespected so much by corporate media and boxing legends. Errol went to school of hard knocks while Crawford was fighting Coldplay and Tyrone Lue. Wow. That's another reason I agree with that. That's another reason why it all seems like gimmicks. Like it all seems like an agenda, or you're not well versed, period. Because no other time would you declare the person who had the higher accolades and a deadly style, and then that person has no chance. Like this is like, I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Mayweather versus Pacquiao was one of the easiest fights for me to predict. Never at any point did I think Pacquiao was gonna beat Floyd Mayweather. My honest assessment. When it all happened, I was right. Mayweather won, and he decidedly won. There was no questions, ifs, ands, or buts. It was the Pacquiao fans that had to make a million excuses about, oh, Floyd waited till he was too late and all that. Bro, Pacquiao's younger than Floyd. So you see, certain people have to make excuses, others don't. So that's the reality of it, bro. But the reason I brought up Mayweather Pacquiao is this. With the Pacquiao fight, even though that for me was one of my easiest fight predictions, because I didn't really see Pacquiao always struggle with the same things. And that's like respectable power, purebred kind of boxers or boxer punchers, people with some fundamentals and think in there, you know what I mean? Things like that. Good reflex, speed, blah, blah, blah. Countering. So that was an easy fight prediction. I never even had to lose sleep over it. It was people in the comment section that was arguing for 6 and 7 years or whatever about who would win. I knew who was going to win, right? Yet and still, you had big figures. I think Mike Tyson, if I'm not mistaken. Mike Tyson picked Pacquiao, if I'm not mistaken. You guys could go watch the interviews. So, and then after they interviewed him, he was walking out of the Pacquiao Floyd fight, and he was like, oh, yeah, I guess we got to give Floyd his props. But he picked Pacquiao. So this is what I'm saying. He picked Pacquiao. That was one of my easiest fight predictions to make, just based on the style matchup. It's nothing against Pacquiao. It's nothing pro Mayweather. It's styles make fights. And Mike Tyson picked Pacquiao to beat Floyd Mayweather, right? And he was wrong. And Boxing Ego was right? And the point I'm making with the Pacquiao Mayweather reference is this. How is it that you have these big celebrity people like Mike Tyson and nothing Pacquiao did was really better than Floyd, but somehow, some way, you had like figures, if you go back to the time and look in real time at some of those videos and Mayweather Pacquiao predict, you had boxing celebrities and like famous Hall of Fame boxers picking Pacquiao over Mayweather. And for someone like me, just a silly YouTuber, that was one of my easiest fight predictions that I ever gave. And if you go watch the video, which is still up on my channel, almost everything that I said in my prediction video, it was 30 minutes. I did a 30-minute video, literally showed up in real time. So it's not just picking a person. Anyone could do that. It was the breakdown. So my thing is this, when it comes to Errol Spence and Crawford, how are some of those same celebrity boxers, many of them aren't even acknowledging like Errol Spence really as a threat, but then you had people who were giving Pacquiao a chance over Floyd. That's what's questioned. And to be honest, I see it oftentimes too in the black community where it's like a black fighter and it's like, even though Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence are both black, I feel like Errol Spence being with Al Heyman, being with PBC, that's the hip option that old media is not rocking with. Do you see what I'm saying? And I noticed, just like clockwork, old media seems to always go with whatever is the hip thing, you know what I'm saying, the underground thing or whatever, the urban thing. They go against that. They go against that. They go against that. And it just is remarkable to see this in the world of boxing. It's really something to behold, because it's like, how are some of the same fighters doing fight predictions, giving Pacquiao a shot, but then a lot of those same fighters, they're not even picking Errol Spence. They don't even think, like, they're not even making it sound like Errol Spence has a chance, not just not picking him. So to me, I think there's more to it. I think there's more to it. And I think people's emotions creep in, and the agenda and things like that. And it makes them, in a competitive, close, good fight like Errol Spence Crawford, it makes them lean towards what emotionally they want to be the case. Because again, when I'm hearing the breakdowns, there's not one pro boxer that outright picked Crawford that I've heard that got a breakdown and broke it down to a T for my liking as to what Crawford has done or will do to Errol Spence that just that's indicative of his style. Do you see what I'm saying? He said every PB show shout out to Prophet. Every PBC show should start with "You Can Hate Me Now" by P. Diddy. Exactly. Tank get the hate, Wilder got the hate, Errol Spence got the hate, Floyd got the hate. Notice a pattern? And it's like, no matter when you pick the guy that old media likes, like if Lomachenko fought Tank, old media would side with Lomachenko, despite anything else. And then I'm like, I ain't picking no Loma over Tank. You can if you want. Bro, Tank might knock Lomachenko out the sport. And then you have other situations like Triple G. They don't even want to see Charlo get an opportunity versus no Triple G. So I really feel like there's agenda and emotion more than just like truthful 100% fight prediction, you know, because the breakdown's not making sense. Name a pro boxer, former, current, that picked Terrence Crawford and then broke it down with the sweet science and like any level of like due diligence. Like, for example, Canelo, they asked him, "Oh, who you picking, Errol or Crawford?" And he's like, "Oh, I feel Crawford." That's it. That's all he said. There's nothing else. What, like, that's it? Like, this is the level of boxing commentary that fans are now accepting. Like, and then these are the people and the ones anointed the experts. But if you're an expert, like I said with my analogy earlier, then I would feel you would have to have jewels and pieces of information that is above and beyond the average understanding of that subject, right? A fight, two people, it's a 50-50. You see what I'm saying? It's 50-50 because, you know, it's only two people involved. Split that pie down the middle. This guy can win, this guy can win. So I rely heavily on the other things you say. I don't care about who you pick because anybody could take a shot in the dark. Like you could see Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford on names on a piece of paper, say who win the fight, say, "Oh, Crawford." You don't, you know what I'm saying? Anyone could do that. You never had to see either one of them fight. So for me, I don't listen to nothing unless your breakdown is making sense, because anybody could take a shot in the dark. Like, bro, if you give me a target and a gun with 2 bullets, I can hit something. You know what I'm saying? I can hit something. You don't, like, at that range, you don't even have to, like, bro, give me a chopper and one clip and a group of people, I'm gonna hit something. Because anybody can do that. Anybody could take a shot in the dark. Bro, somebody getting chopped down. So I don't care about that because that's like, I care more about the sniper. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could be Arnold with the Gatling. What are you doing? Booga, 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 booga. And just chopping, shooting anything in the forest like Predator. I don't care about that. Because that like any animal, anything that's in the forest, in the jungle, in the Predator, in that scene where Jesse Ventura, Bill Duke, and Dylan, anything that's in the way is gonna get cut down and mowed down if you just standing there. You see what I'm saying? So booga, 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 get to the chopper. You know what I'm saying? Anything. So for me, I like that scientific when it comes to boxing. I like that Jason Bourne. Like he go up to the ladder, crawl on the roof, put the nozzle and the scope on, and then he pack up. You know what I'm saying? Some real like Assassin's Creed. Show me that in boxing. That's the commentary I want. Give me that Bourne identity, that Bourne ultimatum. Don't give me and that's your fight prediction. You're not saying nothing. And then when I bring up these things, I haven't even made a pick. Bro, boxing commentary is so lame. I haven't even made a pick. I ain't picked Errol. I ain't picked Crawford. I don't know. And I've said that several times and I've never said anything else. The only thing I've done is laid out questions because I do have questions. And boxing commentary is so watered down because everybody wants to do it. Everybody got a YouTube, everybody got a podcast, etc. To the point where you got to sift through the bullshit, or there's one bad apple ruins it for the bunch. So you're like, oh, you hate Crawford. I don't know what other people are saying. I don't really give a what other people are saying. I don't hate Errol or Crawford. So if you judge me by my words, don't judge me by nobody else on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, boxing forums and podcasts. I don't know what nobody's talking about, but I know what I said. And I ain't even made a fight prediction, but I do have questions. And you get these idiots who are so irrational and emotional that they say, oh, you're against Crawford. I'm against him for what? Because I'm asking questions? Shout out to the H. Let's get it. Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's just goofy. Y'all got to elevate your mind because that's looking real goofy. So like I said, give me the sniper. Give me the sniper, bro. The marksman. Don't give me the and you just shooting aimlessly. And that's how some of y'all do your days. Bro, your day, listen, if you want to get this, why these young boys can't beat me. Because your day is like Arnold in the Jungle and the Predator. Booga booga. You're not aiming at nothing. You just trying to spray and hope you hit something. Like, nah, bro. My day is, I'm the Bourne ultimatum. Every day I wake up with purpose. I take sniper shots. I take risk, but it's like I'm on some Call of Duty. You gonna get that headshot, lead pop, red dot. Like, bro, I'm scientific with my. There's a strategy, plan, plot, strategize, and bomb first. Y'all doing that spray, boo, 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 and throw on the wall, hope something stick. I don't do that. So if you want to break down Crawford, Errol Spence with me, the God, you got to come with something. Don't tell me triangle theories. Don't tell me what guy you like. You got to break something down. And it got to make sense. Like Tim Bradley talking about, oh, Crawford going to win because X, Y, and Z. But then he started talking about flaws that Crawford has. Keeping his hands low. And he better not do that versus Errol. That's not doing a good job. That's what I'm saying. Y'all have been given such poor level commentary in boxing for so long, and media asking horrible questions for so long, that people are becoming accustomed to it. They just accept this. I'm not going to accept it. As long as I'm not going to accept average. I don't accept average. You can in your life, but I'm not. I don't accept average. I don't accept just getting by. That's what some of y'all wake up. You're not living your purpose. You're just doing stuff to get by, to pay your bill, pay your car note, smoke a little weed. Like these people, there's a lot of people in boxing like that. Y'all conditioned to accept less. And then when a person like me that's ahead of their time is actually breaking down and trying to uplift the sport of boxing, I'm met with resistance. Oh, you hate Crawford. Oh, you're against him. I'm not against nobody. I just tell you what I see. So yeah, I mean, everything I said, I stand by it. Mike Tyson talking about Errol got knocked down. That didn't even happen. So, and then he admit he didn't even, bro, he said he didn't even watch the fight. He watched the highlights. Roll the clip.
But what do you think about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford?
Oh my God, defining fight
They're
for
both
both of them.
fights. They're both great fighters.
Yes, for both of them. And I'm a fan of each of them. I've been a fan of Terrence Crawford longer, but Errol Spence Jr.'s last fight against Ugas.
That was hell.
What?
He looked good in that fight.
He sure did. And oh my God, what about Derek James, the trainer?
What happened to him?
He helped him win that fight.
What'd he do?
He snapped him out of it.
He did get dropped too, right? The guy dropped him. I didn't see all that. I saw
He
highlights.
dropped him because...
Bro, I'm done. This is what y'all want? Bro, Mike Tyson said Errol looked good in the fight. Seconds later, he said he got dropped by Ugas, which didn't happen. And then he said, I didn't see all that. I watched the highlight. Man, I'm done. Y'all out your mind. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. This is just like Tim Bradley. When Tim Bradley did his interview, it's like all over the place. You just said Errol looked good in the fight. You're like, oh, yeah, Errol Ugas, he looked great. He was very sharp as attack. Then you just said he got dropped. But how's that looking good then? So either way, you're contradicting your own statement. Does that make sense? Bro, you said he looked good, and then seconds later you said he got dropped. That's not looking good. What? This is what you guys accept in commentary and then be like, oh, Ego, you don't know what you're talking about. Ego, you don't know boxing. Bro, you said the man looked good in the fight. Pause. And then seconds later, you said he got dropped. And then it was a long, cold silence, and Rosie Perez was speechless. Fools that start with the letter Q. What is the key? Bro, she didn't know what. She was thinking the white men can't jump line. She didn't know what to say. I'll take it for 100, Alex. Bro. And then it was just long, awkward. And then he just said, Mike Tyson just said, oh, I ain't see all that. Bro, you said all that. How you didn't see all that? And he said, I seen the highlights. I'm done. I'm done. You literally do Tyson better than Jamie Foxx. I like Jamie, but I'm a beast with mine. Billy Stookie, you lost the money again? Bro, you can look good and get dropped, though, Ego. You know that. Who? Name someone that you say looked good in the fight, but they got dropped. What are you talking about? Bro, you can feel how you feel. Like, bro, who looked good in the fight and got dropped? What are y'all? Y'all just say stuff to talk. Y'all want me to be wrong so bad. Name, especially a black fighter. Name a black fighter that got dropped. Ryan didn't look good. Oh my God, bro. Ryan versus Luke Campbell, he didn't look good. Just because he got the knockout, he didn't look, bro, his punches, he was getting, there were many flaws I seen. Tyson Fury didn't look good in the first Wilder fight. Man, oh my God. Andre Ward, okay, Andre Ward Kovalev, that might be one. Because I did think I think he stepped it up. Let me just say this. I think it's hard to look great. Because I don't even think he said good. I think he said great. Yeah, Sergio Martinez versus Chavez. Okay. I thought he said, let me listen again. Hold on.
But what do you think about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford?
Oh my God, defining fight
They're
for
both
both of them.
fights. They're both great fighters.
Yes, for both of them. And I'm a fan of each of them. I've been a fan of Terrence Crawford longer, but Errol Spence Jr.'s last fight against Ugas.
That was hell.
What?
He looked good in that fight.
He sure did. And oh my God, what about Derek James, the trainer?
He said good. But my point remains, like the overall gist of what I'm saying. He said he looked good in that fight, but then you said he got dropped, and then it was a long awkward silence, and then you still said you didn't see it. Man, stop. 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 Listen, I'm not gonna go down this weirdo road. I don't really care. I didn't say it. Mike Tyson said it, but the overall consensus of what I'm saying remains true. The bottom line is, you said he looked good, then you said he got dropped, which was incorrect, and then you admit that you only watched the highlights and you didn't see all that. So listen, y'all trying to send me down little rabbit holes. This ain't Alice in Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? I'm late. I'm late to a very important date. Like, no, I'm not falling for it. Whatever. I'm not going down this weird rabbit hole. The bottom line, you admit you didn't make the fight. So, period. You can't, I don't care. Like, bro, if you didn't watch the fight in its entirety, then how? But see, and this is what I'm talking about. I can understand if you didn't see Errol Spence versus Lartney, which I watched, by the way, or you didn't see Terrence Crawford versus Bradis Prescott. Okay, fine. You didn't watch one of them older fights. You didn't watch Errol Spence versus Barrera, who was trained by Nacho Beristain. You're not Boxing Ego, because these are all fights I watched. You didn't watch Errol Spence versus Phil LaGreco, or Algieri, or Van Herding, or Leonard Bundu. Okay, cool. You didn't watch Terrence Crawford and Ricky Burns. Fine. But we talking about Errol's very last fight, which is an immediate precursor to a potential undisputed fight with Crawford. You didn't watch that one? The one that had 35, 40,000 people, and Crawford was already a free agent, and people were kind of putting it together. Hey, if Errol gets past here, I don't know, maybe he fights Crawford, right? And then, okay, fine. I can't tell Mike Tyson or anybody else who or what to watch. Fine. But here's the thing. Reporters, or however it came about, you got people speaking on a fight prediction, and then box media, old media and stuff, go out and put that as a headline. Mike Tyson picks Crawford, and it becomes a major, headline that gets clicks and views. Like, oh, Mike Tyson. So you're automatically thinking, oh, Mike Tyson's a fighter. He, the artist, I'm method artist called Duggery, and I'm barbaric. I'm like Conan. No way, bro. And then you thinking it's like some substance to it, right? He said Mike was high ego. Shout out to Sid. And then come to find out, it's not as much substance as, that you previously thought. So that's what I'm saying. People, not everybody is like tapped into boxing like that. Shout out to Mr. Shaw 81. And that's fine. But like I said, herein lies the problem when this becomes major articles and people are reading this like, oh, Mike Tyson's even back in Terrence Crawford. And then you got people on YouTube, they're going to see that and they're going to make a video like, man, Mike Tyson said this. Come to find out, Mike Tyson's saying this using a triangle theory and didn't even watch Errol Ugas. And then y'all got the audacity to tell me, Boxing Ego, the king of all things, that I don't know what I'm talking about by being objective and asking questions about the fight, not even picking anyone. Ain't that something? Look at the world we live in. I haven't made a pick. And they say I'm wrong. I mean, this is just boxing commentary is in shambles. I guess I got to save the game of boxing again. And you guys allow this. You like, and it's not even just this one Mike Tyson interview. Because at the end of it, Mike's a legend in boxing and he's a millionaire. So we'll leave him out right now. There's people on YouTube that are saying similar stuff. Why even give it time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why even give it time when you know they don't know what they talking about? See, it couldn't be me. I don't check for nothing that I don't respect. I don't check for nothing I don't respect, period. Like, if I check your album, like Chris Brown, that's because I respect him as an artist. I like Chris Brown. Dig you down, I really wanna dig you down. Don't forget it. Bro, you see what I'm saying? I respect the artistry. I listen to J. Cole album off season because I respect the craft. I rap. I respect it. I respect the lyricism and the storytelling and the, song structure and the breath control. Y'all just listen in this new TikTok age. Y'all just listen to some that you don't really probably even respect. Y'all just be scrolling, rolling, scrolling. Y'all just be scrolling. Y'all listening to whatever. Like, bro, you listen to people say all kinds of weird stuff, talk Gervonta out, call him out his name, Errol out his name, as if they're not good fighters and stuff like that. And you continue to, even patronize or go back to any of that. Like, man, come on, bro. I can't be me. That's y'all lane. So, like I said, me personally, I've yet to hear, like Paulie Malignaggi, shout out to him for his breakdown of Spence and Crawford. He picked Errol, but then, see, this what bothers me about Paulie. His thoughts on race and, race in America, bro, he way off. I don't know what he talking about, bro. I'm not going to co-sign none of that he talking about. But when you move all that aside and he has a boxing conversation, he does know how to talk boxing. And he knows about the sport, and his breakdowns be, insightful or eloquent. You see what I'm saying? All the race and politics, Paulie, I don't know about none of that. But I give credit where credit's due. He when he talks boxing, like right or wrong, you can understand maybe where he's coming from. Like, I thought he did a good job at first on Showtime, but then he started getting like real, like negative towards Wilder and Tank and Charlo, and it started like, I don't know, he started tripping out. But when he's like calm and just having a conversation, sometimes he'll drop some gems and whatnot. But Tim Bradley, what he said, someone said Tim Bradley biased. The stuff he said was too all over the place for my taste. Tim Bradley, like, bro, the way he was saying it, he was like, man, Crawford, bing, bing, night, night. Like, bro, who did Crawford bing, bing, night, night in like 2 rounds or whatever? Like, the way he was making it sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Boxing commentary needs work. It needs a Brazilian butt lift. Bro, y'all ass. A lot of the commentary on boxing is ass. Y'all need a BBL or something, a Brazilian butt lift or something. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on, when y'all gonna get that BBL for this boxing commentary, bro? Kid, listen, I'm about to come out with that. I'm about to come out with the boxing BBL, so we can give your whole commentary, because your commentary is ass, bro. So we can give the commentary a butt lift and a face lift and clean up the sport of boxing. Bro, and I still say the same thing. When I hear people talk, some of the breakdowns that I'm hearing, it really makes me wonder, one, is there agenda? Is there like emotion or favoritism? And then the other thing is, at least, have you really watched both of these fighters? Because I've said the same thing. I really feel like people are putting Crawford into a box that he doesn't fit in. Not that he's a bad fighter, he's an amazing fighter. But the style you're telling me that Crawford will implement show example of when he's showed this type of style. Because I keep saying it. When I see Crawford's a dog, and Crawford likes to go at him and go head up. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you harder. My willpower is greater than yours. That's Crawford's style. Not this like, almost like at times I would even say Crawford lacks discipline when he wants to go get you. Meaning he's not going to, like, for example, Floyd Mayweather will not derive from a working game plan. Is that cap or fact? Is that cap or fact? Floyd Mayweather will not abandon a game plan that is working. Is that cap or facts? Okay, facts, true. Okay, cool. Because that's what I believe. I believe Floyd, if you let Floyd have an easy night, it's going to be easy. It don't matter if the crowd booing, if the trainer's cussing, he gonna fight his fight and F you, look at the clock and say, okay, this boy easy work and collect that paycheck. You know, especially Money Mayweather, right? He gonna make it. If you're Maidana and you drag him to hell or like rough and he's like, he got to be on his, then he gonna be on and he gonna be switched on. But the older, more mature Floyd, Money Mayweather, he's not gonna exert way more energy than what's needed type of thing. It's like work smarter, not harder, right? No matter what the crowd can leave or boo and all that, you know, or write negative things about him. Oh, Mayweather versus Pacquiao was boring and all that. He don't care about that. You got to get that dub. Crawford, on the other hand, that's not his bag from what I've seen. And I could give you examples because I'm the greatest that's ever done it. Mr. Shav 81, let's get it, gang. So, for example, Crawford got a stoppage in the 12th round versus Jose Benavidez because Crawford is always on maxed out, you know, competitive mode. You know what I mean? And he found an opening. He gonna push it, and he did it, and he stopped Jose Benavidez. Floyd Mayweather, if you guys know your boxing, he hurt Miguel Cotto late in the fight, like noticeably. And I want to say it was the 12th round. Maybe it was the 11th. Floyd versus Cotto at 54. Floyd hurt him. And then Floyd you looked at Floyd and it looked like Floyd kind of tested him, but he wasn't all the way ready to go. So Floyd got back and just boxed. You see what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather just kind of got back. Like, it's not worth it to go against a Hall of Famer like Cotto. And even though I got him hurt, he's not all the way ready to go and push the issue to the point where I end up like Pacquiao versus Marquez. Because the quickest way to get knocked out is to go forcing or looking for a knockout. Floyd is cerebral like that. I don't feel that's Crawford's bag. Bro, if Crawford can knock you out in the first, he gonna knock you out in the first. If he can knock you out in the 10th, 11th, 12th, he gonna do that. Mentality-wise. And so far, so good. Crawford could turn up and explode at any moment, which makes him dangerous. But it's a different mentality. So, again, it's like two pit bulls in a dogfight or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like if two people have a pit bull mentality and then one pit bull is slightly bigger with a slightly bigger bite and it has no quit in them, that's where it's really combustible. That's one of my biggest questions for this fight is, what if you met a dog that's bites like you, but he's a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit younger? These are the things that Errol Spence is. A couple years younger, you know, fought at a high level. That's my biggest question. If Crawford can triumph and get past all that, then he can win the fight. But that's one of the major questions I have, because God didn't just make you the only tough person. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the discipline in the world. There's somebody out there that they on their David Goggins or something. And you're like, man, I get up every day at 5 a.m. All right, David Goggins, he getting up at 4. He getting up at 3 and working an extra hour than you. You see what I'm saying? There's always a bad muff in this world. And the moment you don't realize that is the moment that somebody pass you up. Because you got to always, like, even with this YouTube, I wouldn't have been in YouTube at this high level for so long if I didn't have that competitor spirit. I'm like, Jay, I got a hustler spirit, period. You see what I'm saying? Because the moment you lose that, you will get passed. Or it's time to retire, or whatever the case is. The fire no longer burns. See, I always have an internal fire because I got stuff. I set goal points for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I set, okay, I did that. How do I do this now? I 4X my money. How do I 8X my money? You see what I'm saying? That's me. And I don't think it'll ever end. As long as I'm on earth, it'll never end. So these boys can't beat me. Because I don't never stop. I don't never stop trying to grow in this world. No matter what that entails. If I read 5 books, okay, how do I read 15 in the same amount of time? That's why I can't be beat. If you can't be beat if you're not willing to stop growing. The only time you get beat is if you just pack it in and, you know, you're complacent. I don't get complacent. I'm not saying I've never been complacent, but when I get the feeling of complacency, I'm like, nah. And then I make adjustments. And I've always done that. I make new challenges because I'm like, oh, this is too easy for me. And that's my biggest, you know, I don't care about the hate and people do all that. That don't stall me, you know what I'm saying? When I'm up, that's the biggest way, you know, when things become easy for me, that's when I have more of a tendency to check out and like get distracted because it's like I've mastered this. So I always have to keep something popping or a new challenge or a new goal because I'll get bored. I get bored easy. Once you lose that edge, you lose respect. The little dogs put you on the menu. Facts. That's how he's from Texas. That sounds like some Texas. Yeah, Floyd let Cotto live, man. He let him live. But that's what I'm saying. So I would trust the Andre Ward or Floyd Mayweather over Terrence Crawford in that department. I'm not saying they're not all equally dope and skilled and all that. But what I'm saying is Andre Ward, he gonna keep doing. He don't care about an angry white writer making some, you know what I'm saying, some, oh, you bored me. He's not gonna change up what he's doing because some angry writer said something. So you saying AB can't make a comeback? What are you talking? I didn't say anything about Broner. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta step it up. Y'all just be saying whatever. I ain't even said Broner's name one time in this. So how the hell I say that? You said that. Bro, don't listen. Y'all got 2 choices. If you want to get blocked, that's up to you or not. Don't you can ask me a question or you can make a statement, but don't try to do both at once. I didn't say nothing about Adrian Broner. So I don't even know where you got Broner's name from. That was just foolishness, bro. Bro, I didn't say nothing about Broner. If you, like I said, if you got a question, ask me a question. Don't say, oh, you saying Broner. I ain't said nothing about Broner. And like people like you, I'm just being real, dog. People like you, you're not gonna make it to the furthest because you're not even comprehending the simple gems, bro. Like it's just a basic gem. I ain't say nothing. You getting distracted talking about Broner. I ain't say nothing about the man. You missing the bigger picture. And the people that miss the bigger picture usually miss the train or the bus. Shout out to Moselle, $5. Let's get it, gang. He said, man, you always bringing the facts, ATL. So like that's my thing on the Crawford Spence. I just got a series of questions, and whoever answered these questions first, they win the fight. Period. You dig? Whoever can answer all the questions, like I could write these questions down, and whoever solved the riddle first, they gonna win the fight. But don't disrespect Errol. That's just, the Errol disrespect is ridiculous because Errol no matter if you think Crawford wins or whatever, Errol done more at welterweight. Is that cap? Errol has done more than Crawford at welterweight. Is that cap or fact? I like to be as direct as possible. Errol Spence has done more, heavier lifting, fought guys more in prime, etc., at the welterweight division. Because when I say these things, people get all bent out of shape, and these are factual things. You can't tell me Sean Porter in 2021 is better than Sean Porter in 2019. You can't tell me that Kell Brook, when he wasn't fighting nobody and hadn't made welterweight in 3 years, and last time he made welterweight, he got knocked out by Errol. You can't tell me 2020 Kell Brook was better than 2017 Kell Brook. Stop playing with me, bro. And then if that people are like, oh, you hate Crawford. I hate Crawford because I'm telling the truth. You hate the truth then. If I hate Crawford for telling the truth, then you hate the truth. Because, and that's a double. Errol Spence, the truth, and I'm telling you the truth. Listen, I'm about to get a mic and get in the booth. If I hate Terrence, then that means you hate the truth. That's a double. That's a double, bro. Block JT Tate. Bro, that sounds like an author that never made it. Who the hell is some JT Tate? Yeah, JT Tate finna get 8. Bro, listen. Why don't you start your own YouTube channel? Then you could talk about anything. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Good, go that way. You start a YouTube channel, JT Tate, the JT Tate Boxing Academy. You go start that and then, get you a little following, get you some money. Don't worry about me. Why? See, that's what I'm saying. When you're truly great, people worry about you when you ain't even worried about you. People be like, oh, here you go, your money, you're broke. You worried about my money more than me? I'm good, bro. Bro, the bottom line, Errol Spence did more work at, he said that's OJ Tuggins. Shout out to Sir, bro. Bro, get him out of here. I hit the wrong. Bro, I hit the wrong one.
Let's go.
You the one who's good. I'm a young CEO and shit. Bro, Errol did more. That's it. Okay. Y'all want to play? Y'all want to play with me? All right. If Errol didn't do more, then why he not suing Al Heyman and Terrence Crawford is suing Bob Arum? Explain that. Answer that. Listen, answer that. If you're not an emotional beta male baby, and I'm not saying something that's true, then explain why Terrence Crawford is suing his former promoter, and Errol Spence is happily in a partnership with his advisor and got this business arrangement that seems to be going good. Why would Crawford and Spence, if it happens, be happening on Al Heyman's preferred network, but the same can't be said for Terrence Crawford? Why didn't the fight happen on Top Rank and ESPN or HBO or whatever? Y'all ain't got no answers. Kanye, you ain't got the answers, man. How, Sway? You ain't got the answers, I promise you. Kanye West already told you. How come Crawford is suing his former promoter? If you got everything you wanted out of that situation, why sue him? Bro, why are you suing him for racial bias? Why are you suing him saying that he didn't pay you for Errol Spence provision and he couldn't secure the Errol Spence fight? Why are you suing him saying that, he didn't prioritize your career because you black? Make that make sense. Bro, you should be happy if you were built well and you got all the fights you want, you wouldn't be suing him. Why would someone names? That's like someone going through a divorce when they're happily married. It doesn't happen. Somebody did something, somebody cheated, you lost attraction. That's why you divorced. You're not gonna get a divorce when you're having the best time in the world. So it's the same with a lawsuit. If you felt you were robbed or, extorted or loss of income, pain and stuff, something occurred to make you sue this. I went to McDonald's and the coffee was hot and I spilled it and scalded my lap, 3rd-degree burns. Okay, cause and effect. So what is the cause, since we know the effect is a lawsuit for Crawford and Top Rank? If Crawford was moved perfectly and got all the fights that readied him for this moment to make him the A-side, you wouldn't be suing him. And you guys can run and skedaddle and try to get around the truth, but these are the realities of the world. You just mad because I'm saying it, because I'm being real and I'm blunt. That's what you mad at. You're not mad at what I'm saying. You mad that I'm revealing it. I remember back in the day, they had this show on Fox, I think it was, and it was like a magician. It was like Magician Secrets Revealed. And this was before the TikTok and YouTube and all that other goofy stuff. So the magician, he had to wear a mask. He had to like black his face out because all the other magicians in the magic world were pissed off because we get paid off of these tricks. So if you reveal these magic tricks and show how we're doing it, the sleight of hand tricks or cut a man in half and saw a woman in half, and you doing all this and you telling people, that could be problematic. You can be effing up the money. So in life, a lot of times people ain't mad they mad because you telling, because you keeping it real, you revealing it. And that's the same thing with me. People ain't mad at, they can say whatever because they trying to stop. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop they trying to stop the rain because I'm bringing the pain. You know what I'm saying is true, whether you admit it or not. Deep down in your subconscious, you know what I'm saying is true. If anything, you're mad because I'm revealing it. Just like that show, Revealing Magician Secrets. You mad because a magician is going against societal norms or the magician society and telling people what it really is. That's what it is. So I'll be a martyr for that. And I'm smarter for that. It is what it is. Crawford's a great fighter. He didn't have the same career path. Period. Here's another point. He did all these things like he was undisputed at 140. He didn't come close to capturing that same gold at welterweight division. Now he has an opportunity, but it's after he left Top Rank. How do you go for, bro, listen to how bad this is. How do you go from having every single belt in a division, move up, and in your first fight, you become a champion straight away? Because I believe the WBO, they have this thing where if you're the super champion or you were a champion in the division prior, you automatically have first dibs on title shots. Guess what? The WBO has that rule, and he was undisputed, so he immediately was eligible for a Jeff Horn title shot. How do you go from undisputed, first fight, you have dibs on the WBO belt, which Jeff Horn cheated to get, or the judges, because Pacquiao really beat him, but whatever. And then you fight Jeff Horn in your first fight, and you've never unified since. So you went from every single belt to your first fight at welterweight, getting a belt because you had first dibs, and now these are just title defenses. And even your title defenses don't really stack up at the years that you fought him. You didn't fight Prime Khan. Danny Garcia and Canelo had already knocked him out. And on top of Bradis Prescott, on top of the fact he was coming off a Samuel Vargas performance. Ego, you're right about. I know I'm right. The truth is right, and I'm the truth. Just like Errol Spence. I know I'm right. Y'all don't have to co-sign it. You can get mad, thumb it up, thumb it down, put the thumb in your ass. It don't matter. I know I'm right. So that's the reality. You are undisputed. For example, same situation, Alexander Usyk. He was undisputed. Then he fought Tony Bellew, knocked him out. Then he moved up. He had dibs and high ranking within the WBO based on him being undisputed, right? He was undisputed. Who is he fighting next? That's right. Anthony Joshua in a rematch. He just fought Anthony Joshua. Guess what? So his heavyweight career has the potential to be just as good, if not better, than his cruiserweight career, because he's fighting Joshua, and allegedly it's like $81 million of Saudi money that was put up for the fight, so he's gonna get cashed out as well. So it's really a continuation, if not better, because there's better, bigger fights in the heavyweight division. If he fights Fury, Wilder, blah, 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 Joe Joyce, bigger fights. So it's like really a continuation of what he did at cruiserweight. Bud was undisputed at 140 and ain't got none of them same type of looks. Or Errol Spence is like line him up, and really his promoter and advisor lined him up. Like a barber, I'm going to line it up. Errol Spence put the bowling pins. He said, line them up. And Al Heyman and PBC, Steven Espinoza really lined it up. Listen, man, y'all better stop playing with me, bro. Listen, I said I'm going to do like, I'm in the cut like a barber. I'm about to line them up. Errol Spence put the bowling pin emoji. He said, line them up. Al Heyman, Steven Espinoza, PBC really lined them up. That's a bar. That's a bar. So it really happened. Terrence Crawford said he was going to fight Pacquiao, said I want Pacquiao. I'll fight him in Dubai. I'll fight him in Qatar. But that was a bridge too far because Pacquiao left Top Rank, and then guess what? He was a goner. I said he left Top Rank, went to PBC, and fought Broner. That's a bar. Oh, my God. Listen, I promise you, this is what I really do. I'm killing y'all with the bars. I'm killing y'all with the facts. I tell you what's this, and I tell you what's that. I said, listen, Bud Crawford said he wanted to fight Pacquiao. He said he'll go to Dubai or Qatar. Bud said he wanted to fight Pacquiao, but I guess it was a bridge too far. Pacquiao left Top Rank. He was a goner. He fought against Matisse, went to PBC, and then he got Broner. That's a bar. Bro, that's all fact. Pacquiao threw up the deuces at Top Rank. He was a goner. Fought Matisse, then signed to PBC and fought Broner. They mad at me. They like, man, Ego, he getting on my nerves, man. Because what did Pacquiao do next? One time he had a fight with one-time Keith Thurman. All facts. We off the cuff with this one. I said I'm spitting the facts. They like, Ego, he get on my nerves, man. Because Pacquiao that one time fought one time. That's Keith Thurman. So all these other black fighters with PBC got Pacquiao. Got Pacquiao. Terrence Crawford didn't. No, you are wrong. Triple G beat Brooke first. So, you know, that's just the reality of it. And anybody that don't want to deal with reality, they're going to be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to admit it. So the bottom line is Crawford's career at 147 hasn't mirrored what he was able to accomplish at 140, period. So, I don't know. I just hope they fight Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, get the fight cracking. I still got questions about it. Now, Kell Brook was definitely IBF champion at welterweight, but he was coming off a loss to Triple G. But Errol Spence, bro, boxing doesn't work like that. You don't get superpowers and usually get better when you're on a downward decline. You see what I'm saying? Like, Ugas fought champion Sean Porter, close fight. I thought Ugas won, but judges seen it close, gave it to Sean Porter. So he carries his title to the Errol Spence fight. Errol Spence fought a champion Sean Porter. You're not going to make Sean Porter not the not champion version off a 400-day layoff make that greater than Errol fighting 2 years before when he was a champ. Like, just make it make sense. Like, if there's a girl and you smash when she's the prom queen and her body is banging, your body's banging, baby, you love the way you flown it, time to give it to Ego and tell me how you want it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna say, okay, Ego, when she was the V word, Ego, you know, hooked that up and her body was banging, prom queen, won't. You got her years later and she got love handles. She had like 2 failed marriages and all this other, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't, there's no way you're going to make that look more like successful when it's a lesser accomplishment. You see what I'm saying? Just common sense. Prom queen, that's a V. That's a urgent, you know what I mean? Or years later, she had failed marriages and, you know, love handles and let herself go. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. You're not knocking down the same thing. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it was with Kell Brook. Kell Brook, no one had beat him at welterweight. The Golovkin fight was just stupid anyway. That's Eddie Hearn. That's an Eddie Hearn foolish move. I told y'all from the beginning, Kell Brook had no business going to 160 straight away fighting Golovkin. Golovkin was on a 21 knockout streak. What you think was going to happen? You thought you was just going to move up from 47, not acclimate, and, you know, fight a guy who's knocking out actual 160ers that have been at 160? That was just stupid. That was Eddie Hearn stupidity. So basically, I'm in my fight with Triple G. I want to hit realistically. I want to hit him with a chocolate right hand brownie. Like, whatever. The fight was solid, but what did it do to his career? His whole eye got battered. That's not, you know, so, bro, his career was never the same after the Triple G and Errol fight back to back. So, I hope it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it worth it? It's like, hey, listen, I really believe Mikey Garcia is in that same boat. Bro, like Big Pun said, hey, yo, I shatter dreams like Jordan assault and batter your team, splatter your sprint. Bro, Errol Spence is the dream shatterer. Listen, y'all can say whatever you want. Leonard Bundu fought Errol Spence, retired. He never fought again. Chris Algieri, after he fought Errol Spence, he was making cookbooks and lookbooks, and he disappeared for a minute. And then recently he got knocked out, but he like retired and then came back and got knocked out by Conor Benn. Bro, Errol started that. Chris Van Heerden, after Errol fought Chris Van Heerden, same thing. He like disappeared, and you didn't really hear about him until later when he fought Conor Benn and Jaron Ennis. Then Mikey Garcia. Bro, Mikey just retired this week. You know, shout out to him on a illustrious career. But it was the moment Errol Spence fight happened, I think that took it out of Mikey, because he already had like afflictions with not necessarily loving the sport. And that's the quickest way to not get you to love it more. When your undefeated record go and you get bludgeoned by Errol Spence and lose every round. I really believe that, bro. You know, now Mikey might not admit it. You know what I'm saying? He might not say, oh, Errol ruined my career. But, bro, that's why I wanted to see Lomachenko fight. I didn't even want to see the Errol Spence fight like that. I mean, I'll watch it, but I already knew what was going to happen. Bro, Mikey he was not the same, bro. That Errol Spence fight took it out of him. And certain guys are like that. Like, look what Wilder be doing to fools. Bro, you fight Wilder, like, even, like, I love Luis Ortiz, but Luis Ortiz got dropped twice by Charles Martin, but before that, nobody was just dropping him like that early in the fight. That Wilder, bro, I'm telling you, that Wilder at Tuscaloosa, that Alabama slammer hammer, certain guys they take it out of you. They take that out of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know what I mean? You like, I remember Robert Guerrero, he fought Keith Thurman when Keith Thurman was like melting dudes. And he dropped Robert Guerrero. Guerrero weathered it. He came back 4 months later and fought Aaron Martinez and almost got knocked out by a guy who had 4 knockouts. Aaron Martinez had like 4 knockouts. See, y'all don't know boxing. I don't even know I'm on here. Y'all don't know boxing. Robert Guerrero almost got knocked out because he came back too quick after the Thurman fight. Floyd beat you and then you fought Thurman, and that's just a lot of punishment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of punishment in them 2 fights. Came back, tried to do a quick turnaround, and he fought a guy with no power and was like knocked out on his feet in that fight. And I thought the other guy won, to be honest. Aaron Martinez do. I'm telling you, certain guys will, bro, they'll zap you. They'll take it about you. Pause. Robert even said Mikey wasn't the same. Bro, see, that's what I'm saying. Look at Stavern. After the first Stavern fight, bro, Stavern was tough. He beat Chris Arreola and all that. When Stavern fought Wilder, he went 12 rounds. But all that punishment, he came back later that year, at the end of the year in December. Look it all up. I'm Boxing's encyclopedia. And Bermain Stavern fought Derek Rossi, and he got dropped in that fight. And it's like, who's Derek Rossi? You know what I'm saying? To be dropping Bermain Stavern, someone who's more accomplished. It's that Wilder fight. I try to tell y'all. Y'all don't know boxing, though. I try to tell y'all. Bro, you can't fight certain guys. You got to take some time off for real, for real. That's why does everyone Errol Spence Jr. fight, everyone he fight got to take a year off, damn near. I would be shocked if Ugas comes back this year. Bro, Errol Spence is a monster and people ain't giving him credit for it. Why does everyone at Errol Spence fight, they got to take like 8 months to a year off, damn near? Everybody. Or if they do come back, it's like on some Ocampo stuff and you ain't fighting at that level of no Errol level. But if you fight Errol Spence, you are not coming back to top level and like finna fight Jaron Ennis in 3 months. And if you do, you're going to get slaughtered. Period. Bro, I'm telling you, you got to you got to take a long layoff. Certain guys are like that. You got to take a long layoff and like be easy. I'm from the Bay like G-Easy. Y'all got to be easy. You know what I mean? Certain guys are like, they have that style. Danny Garcia. Bro, Danny fought December 5th. I told you, I'm Boxing's encyclopedia. I got it all up in here. Errol fought Danny Garcia December 5th, 2020. He still hasn't come back. He's about to fight Jose Benavidez next month, but he ain't came back. It's 2022, dog. It's been over a year. And then peep this. Errol Spence, after that, had a messed up eye, did the surgery, and came back quicker than Danny Garcia. What's that tell you? Look it up. December 5th, 2020. I told you, I store information like a squirrel stored nuts. Pause. I'm like a external hard drive. I'm unbeatable. I got a hard drive. Listen, my willpower is nuts. I got a hard drive. I'm like a 2 terabyte hard drive. Bro, I'm trying to tell you that people be taking all that layoff. And then another big question I have for the Crawford fight, he only fight one time a year for the last 2 years. Kell Brook and Sean Porter. Does that really prepare you for Errol Spence? I don't know, but we're going to find out if they make the fight. We're going to find out. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? So I really, truly believe Errol Spence has the better preparation. Because I like, if you, would you rather fight Danny Garcia and then Ugas and then Terrence, or would you rather fight washed up Kell Brook for 4 rounds and then Sean Porter off a 400 month layoff, 400 day layoff, and then fight Errol? Man, what? Stop. Anyway, I'm out. I'm the best in the world. Peace.